Alright, so what's up everyone, MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. So before I start this stream, some ranked battle, a lot of people have seen my Why a Character's Hard to Play series, and a lot of people have wanted me to do a video on Mr. Steve Fox, and it's been requested a lot, and I felt like, why not? I do enjoy the character, but it comes with a little disclaimer. I'm not that good with Steve. Steve's an extremely complicated character, and I think I know about 20% about him. So there's a small disclaimer to this video. I'm gonna do my best, but I can probably cover, you know, on a very base level what makes him very difficult to play. Thank you, Hazuki. Thanks a lot, Hazuki, for that very generous donation. That's a lot of cheeseburgers. Big thanks, my son. Much love to you. Well, my digital online internet son. Thanks. So first off, I usually talk about execution, and Steve is no exception.
I just remembered I have to go.
If you've dabbled a bit with the character, you do know that most of his combos require quite a lot of technical inputs. And down for 2, one of his key moves, cancelling that. There's some execution to it, sway cancels, duck cancels, sidestep cancels. There is a lot of stuff going on here. So execution is one thing. And then just looking at the character, it's very weird. 3 and 4, there are no kicks, there are only sways. And you're immediately like, wow, that is unique. No other character has that. And his hop kick, why is it so slow? And when I press down for 2, I don't get a generic uppercut, I get this. So it's not straightforward working with Steve. And another key fundamental to Tekken is, for example, punishment. This ain't gonna launch anyone. He doesn't even have a 15 frame standing launcher. You know, you will rely on this to launch someone quickly. This is much slower. His skyscraper launcher, much slower. So launching, and his hop kick, you know, you saw this. Launching someone from standing, it's not gonna happen a lot, unless you counter hit. That's Steve's strength, you know. He needs the opponent to give you a launch. The opponent has to work with you here and give you the launch. So it's very, very different. The counter hit game is one of the best, but if someone's turtling, you know, and not going at you, it becomes much harder because the standing launchers are so slow and sluggish. And for example, you know, if you wanna... This also goes for the whiff punishment. You know, Sonic Fang, God knows, this is a great whiff punish. Enormous range, pretty decent damage. Forward for 2, enormous range, decent damage. But again, if you wanna launch... punish a whiff, you'll be doing this, and this is sluggish, man. It's sluggish, and it's minus 14. You take a risk as well, should it be blocked. And again, you know, while standing, Wildman, fantastic 11 frame while standing punish. But again, you want to launch someone, this is kind of slow. Full crouch down forward 2. And oh, let's say someone's turtling and you want to open them up. I mean, you will be using his amazing flicker pressure, his pressure from Peekaboo. He has 2 stances, complicated character again. Enormous move list. You know, so I'm just saying Steve can be played in a number of different ways. You can have Steve player A and Steve player B, and they play completely different Steves. Huge arsenal of moves can be played very differently. I just want to get that in there. But let's say you want to open someone up because he's not giving us what we want. He's not rushing Steve. We can't counter hit him. You'll try to play a 50-50. And again, he has some decent low pokes, but there's no huge amount of damage here. You know. So you'll go in, you'll try and get this. This gives you a nice reward. Down back 3-2. Guaranteed albatross down 2. But again, this is very telegraphed because suddenly you'll be running in like this because the range is so absurdly short on this. So you'll be running up close like this, and most people will anticipate the the down back 3-2. But of course we can take advantage of this and go without mid poke or try something super risky. But just know this, that even 50-50ing people is super awkward with Steve. So yeah, playing Steve is a bit like having a dance with the opponent. He needs to help you along, you know. You dance, it takes two to tango, you know. Steve relies on the opponent attacking quite a bit. And pressuring people, hoping they press buttons as he's going for his flicker. So he'll get a big counter hit. Bad counter hit. But the trade-off is that he's a very safe character. All of these tools, his strings rely a lot on highs, so he can be ducked and punished, but at the same time, the opponent might just as well be caught by the flicker while they're trying to while standing punish you. So a great Steve player counters this, but you're very safe. No, you don't want down back 3-2 ducked, but even down back 2 in this game is only -12. You know, used to be launch punishable, but it's only -12. So if you know what you're doing, you'll stay very safe with Steve. But yeah, I hope you understand what his drawbacks are, like punishment, standing launchers, 50-50. You know, it's a very different Tekken character. No down for 2, no hop kick. You know, it's very different playing Steve, and it's an endless amount of moves you have to learn how to use and remember, you know, in the heat of battle. Oh right, I have to do this now, and oh, this is my punish for 14 frame or whatever it is. So I hope that opened your eyes on Steve. Really cool character. I really appreciate him, but what a challenge it is to play Steve. Steve players, just like Lee players, just like Brian players, they really deserve your respect. Like, people like to say that I'm a Mishima elitist, but of course those of you who have followed me for a while know that's far from the truth. You know, I have just as much respect for Steve players, Brian players, Lee players. I might not include Kuma players or Lucky Chloe players to that list, but yeah, there are a lot of really cool Tekken characters. Cheers, guys.